Stop me if you've heard this one before. You come down at the end of the day, sit down in your favorite chair, boot up your favorite game, and oh, an update. Okay, I guess it's doing that. Then you finally sit down. Maybe you've got some lunch, maybe you've got some food. Now you're sitting down, you boot the game back up, you start your favorite save, and wait, nothing works. Why won't my game work? Why won't my save work? Turns out, all your mods are broke. Oop! Yup, the latest save or the latest update broke your mods. All of them. And it took you 3 hours to set everything up. Too bad for you. Now you gotta spend 3 more hours trying to find all the mods that are broke. Have fun. Or hey, maybe they've introduced a whole new feature. Then they call them the SuPriZe MeChAnIcS. That's right, SuPriZe MeChAnIcS. Or maybe the feature's all broke. Maybe something critical is broken and now your game doesn't work anyway, with or without mods. Hi, Bethesda. Allegedly. Maybe the file size has doubled or tripled or quadrupled or something crazy. Or, yes, your favorite game gets censored. Yes, editor. Your favorite game gets censored. And oh well, too bad for you. Now, there are ways around it, especially if you're on Steam. You can set things to read only. You can do all this other shenanigans. But why do that? Why have to do that? Why have no control over a game that you bought? You bought it. It's yours. What the heck? You know? You bought it. It belongs to you. Not to them. They shouldn't have to dictate everything, especially if it's a single-player game. Multiplayer, maybe. Single-player, nah. So, here's the deal. Instead of just sitting here and complaining on the internet, I tried to find a solution. Have I succeeded? Let's find out. Let's find out. So, GMS2, first-person metaverse-based shooter. I created something I refer to as... Can I fix that? Cool, thank you. I have created something I refer to as the update system, or the update node system. Now, GMS2 operates entirely off of what I call the node system. Basically, it gives you a tremendous amount of freedom, but that's another story for another time. So, let me show you how it works, explain how it works, and show you how I solve the problem of annoying auto updates. Let's go! Thank you, past me, future me here. So, let me show you exactly how the node system works. I've got a couple of things up here real quick. Whoop. So, like I said, the game is based on nodes. You equip nodes to your character, and that controls most everything. The only one we need to worry about right now is the GMS2 meter node. Simple node, lets you choose your character class, etc., etc. But right in the middle, down to below, it says update. Super simple. I click update. It goes into update mode. Over here, this thing is an update node. How does this work? You click it. You choose a version. You click the version. Down here, it'll tell you exactly what's going on. It'll tell you, hey, I'm updating. Okay, update's done. And then it reboots. And there you go. And if you want to go ahead, you can, of course, go into update mode again. One cool feature about this is it's per character. So I've attached a couple of update nodes. I've attached a couple of nodes here. You'll see one node here, that's the meter node, and then I've got a single weapon node. It's just something simple. So I can update the entire node system for a character all at once. I hit update. Notice how everything goes into update mode. I go over to that thing in the back, I click update, and boom. Everything begins to update. There you go, and we're done. That's quite literally all you have to do. Now, a bit of word of advice, real quick. When you go ahead and do this, I would suggest, if you're just going to start adding nodes manually, let's say you want to update everything, or if you want to update entire sections of things, you can just right-click, choose. Right-click, choose, replace outfit. You can do that. Firestorm, which is what I use for Second Life, uses a whole bunch of cool features that makes this super easy. But yeah, you can put your entire character and copy your stuff into a folder, and then you wear the outfit, and then you update your entire character. That's all you have to do. And that's one of the cool things about GMS2 is, unlike a traditional video game, you can actually just sit down. You can sit down and update individual characters. And that's, I think, what makes it really cool. You can also update individual modules as well when those are available. And that's just like in Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder and whatnot, except this is more real time. And it's just, you just put it down, you run the updater to whichever version, and you can get to playing with that version of the game. And I think that's actually really cool. So it's completely different and a massive upgrade to things like if you're playing, for example, Fallout 4, where once you update your software, you're kind of done unless you have to unless you want to copy the entire thing, and that's a big mess. You copy the entire game and then load it from a completely different file set, and that's no fun. But yeah, with this, you never have to restart a playthrough due to an update ever again. This solves, in my opinion, this solves that problem. This solves several problems, and I think that's really neat, and that's what I've really been pushing for. So if you want to check it, and future me, over to my right here, to my right, future me will explain probably a little bit more on that, as well as something called a firmware update. That has to do with updating some other components. That happens extremely rarely. That is something I am updating, but again, future me will tell you about that. In the meantime, this is, again, a Second Life game. You can go ahead and all you need to do is get a Second Life account. The base game is free. Go to the marketplace, look up GMS2, and you should be able to grab it post haste. It comes with everything you need to start a game, other than grabbing a simulator to play in, a world to play in. Find a world to play in and go have fun. Anyway, with that said, yeah, okay. Future me! It's Future me's turn. Bye! Thank you, Future me. This is Future me. And yes, we talked about software updates. I want to talk about also firmware updates. This is a little bit different. GMS2 has something else called firmware updates. It's a lot more rare, so you might not deal with it more than a very small number of times in comparison. You might not deal with it more than a few times in comparison. The way that works is quite literally you just go onto the Second Life marketplace and you hit redeliver. The game nodes, the nodes themselves, every node will give you a copy of every single firmware version. And the firmware versions are different in that it deals with things that the update node can't update. So basically the really core components of the script. I am working on fixing that so that the update node can update and fix everything. That way you don't ever have to go back to the marketplace except to grab the update node. But this also, I think, is actually a little bit better because it's faster. Generally, there won't be as many firmware updates as there will be just general software updates, which I think actually is a little bit better. But I'm going to let the players decide on on that. So again, it's very simple. You just go, you find out, oh hey, there's a firmware update. You go to the marketplace, you hit redeliver on whatever node you want to update to that to the latest version, and it comes with the latest version and then every single version behind it, which is the whole point. That way you can just select which firmware version, and it'll tell you the firmware version on the name of the node. So, for example, like rifle node or whatever will have rifle node 1.2 or something like that for the firmware version. So, should make sense. I hope that makes a lot of sense. If you want to go ahead and try out GMS2, again, it is 100% base game free. Comes with everything that you need to play except for the sim. Go find a sim, go find some friends, blow each other Kingdom Come, tell cool stories. Record it, let me see it. Let me see it. Entertain me, or entertain other people. Either way, that's the whole of the whole deal. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. On an occasion, I do stream mostly edutainment stuff or space engineers or crazy shenaniganery. So you get to listen to me scream and cry and freak out, which is always hilarious. People tell me it's funny. I don't know about it. Anyway, thank you again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace!